Okay, hello mga students. Welcome back sa ating cost accounting. And for this video lecture, I will be talking about a demonstration problem on standard costing, particularly on different types of variances. Because when we are talking of standard costing, hindi lamang po yung overhead yung ginagawa natin ng predetermined rate, nung standard rate. Even the materials, even the labor, yung components ng ating manufacturing cost, lahat po yan ay meron tayong pinagko-comparean na standard. Ito yung parang pinaka-benchmark natin, parang pinaka-basis of our performance. Okay? Therefore, because of these standards and what is actual is also recorded, so nagkakaroon tayo ng comparison between ano yung standard natin, ano yung ating benchmark versus ano yung totoong nangyari, ano yung mga actual costs natin na na-incur. So dito nagkakaroon ng mga variances because hindi naman po ibig sabihin na magpaparehas yan. And in practice, in reality, hindi talaga po yan nagtutugma. That is why we have different types of variances. Now, for this particular problem, we will only be capturing the two different types of variances per component of your product cost or of your manufacturing cost. Yung materials, dalawa yan. Yung labor, dalawa yan. Pagdating sa overhead, pinaghiwalay po natin yung variable at saka fixed component at tig-dalawa din po yan. Okay? Now, the reference, the source of my demonstration problem is from the book of Kinney and Rayborn na Cost Accounting, from the chapter 7. So, you can also check it. Okay? Now, tignan po ninyo ito. Nasa kaliwa yung ating problem at dito sa kanan, nilagyan ko na po ito ng guide para later on, madali na lang po natin itong ma-plot. Of course, hindi muna natin dito nilagyan ng figures para masundan po ninyo ako as we go along. Okay? So, basahin ko muna yung ating problem. We have Filano Corporation. At ang unang mga amounts na makikita po ninyo, yung unang mga detalye ay patungkol sa standards para sa paggawa ng isang unit of product. Ang direct material natin ay 80 pounds. Okay? For 1 unit, kinakailangan po natin ng 80 pounds ng direct material. Okay? Ang halaga po ng isang pound ay $6. Okay? Therefore, 80 pounds times $6, sa isang produkto, ang halaga natin for the direct material is $480. 80 times 6. Okay? For the direct labor naman, para makabuo tayo ng isang unit, kinakailangan po natin ng 3 oras na trabaho. 3 oras na labor. At ang kada labor hour natin dyan ay nagkakahalaga ng $16. That is why, for 1 unit of product, 3 hours times 16, we will get 48. Okay? Next, what else? Ang ating variable at saka fixed overhead, pinaghiwalay po natin ito. For variable overhead, 1.5 hours of machine time times $50 per hour. Kaya meron po tayong 75 kada unit. Kasi for for 1 unit of product, 1.5 hours ang makukonsume natin na machine time for the variable overhead. At 50 yung ating budget po dyan. Okay? Para naman po sa fixed overhead, meron naman tayong 1.5 hours din ng machine time, nagkakahalaga ng $30 per hour. Kaya po dito, meron naman tayong $44 per unit of product. So, ito po yung ating mga standard costs. Now, yung predetermined overhead rates were developed using a practical capacity of 6,000 units per year. So, sa loob ng isang taon, ang mga predetermined overhead rates natin ay nakabase sa practical capacity na 6,000 units, assuming na makakabuo tayo ng 6,000 units per year. Ang production ay inassumed, for simplicity, it will occur evenly throughout the year. Okay? Mamaya alamin natin ano yung relevance nitong statement na ito. During May of the current year, the company produced, ito yung actual production, 525 units for the month only ito, no? Actual data for May are as follows. Ang direct material purchase natin ay 45,000 pounds. Nagkakahalaga ng 5.92 kada pound. Okay? So dito meron na tayong actual price. Ang ating standard price ay $6, no? Pero ang actual price natin ay 5.92. So medyo mas nakatipid tayo. From the point of view ng accounting, ng finance, mas okay to, no? Kasi nakamura tayo. Alright? So mamaya, compute natin ito. Ang direct material naman na nagamit from the 45,000 na binili natin ay 43,020 pounds only. So mas konti yung ating nakonsumo. All from May's purchases. Ang total labor cost ko ay nagkakahalaga ng $24,955. Okay? For 1,550 hours. So yan naman po yung value nito. Pag ang pinag-uusapan natin gaano kadami yung actual hours natin, 1,550 hours. Ang variable overhead na na-incur natin, which is the actual, no? It's 43,750 para sa 800 hours na machine time. At pagdating sa fixed overhead, 22,800 for 800 hours of machine time. Okay, so basically, yan po ang ating information. At kukumpute natin ang mga variances and later on, we will identify favorable ba ito or unfavorable. At ipapaliwanag ko na rin kung sakaling nalilito pa po kayo, ano ang difference ng favorable at saka ng unfavorable. Okay? Para mas malinaw, nasusundan natin ito, unahin muna natin yung material variances, proceed tayo sa labor, then followed by variable overhead, at panghuli naman yung ating fixed overhead. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa material variances or sa materials variance. Dito class, meron tayong dalawang klase. Of course, etong first part, yung difference between the actual versus our standard. Kasi kung makikita ninyo, ang common dito is the actual quantity. What is different is between your actual price and the standard price. Now, dito gagamitin natin yung material variance or the material price purchase variance or the MPV based on the purchases. Kasi remember, pag material purchase variance, mas ang pinag-uusapan natin is yung actual na purchases. Iba din po yung units or yung materials na ginagamit po, yung actually consumed. So dito, yung pag-uusapan natin is the material purchase variance based on the units purchased. Okay? Kung ilan man po yon. Now, tignan po natin, we have, let's fill in the blanks here. Okay? Ang direct material ko daw ay based on the standard, 80 pounds times 6. Okay? So ano yung $6 dito? Is it the standard? Let's see. Lagay muna natin dito. Okay? $6. Okay? Pinag-usapan natin dito na currency is US dollar, or dollar na lang. Okay. Now, ano yung actual? Ang direct materials purchase daw natin ay 45,000. Now, this is the actual quantity. Lagay ko dito, 45,000 pounds. Okay? Magkano? 5.92. Therefore, 5.92 multiplied by 45,000 pounds because yan po yung binili natin. Ang total purchase natin, okay, ay 266,400. Yan po yung value. Yan yung cost, material cost natin. Ulitin ko lang ha. 5.92 per pound. Ilan ba yung binili natin? 45,000. So ito yung actual purchase cost natin. Actual purchase price, 266,400. Now, let's compare Paano? Saan yung i-compare or ano yung i-compare natin? Kung $6 yung per pound natin for your 45,000, magkano yon? Okay? O di ganun din, compute natin. 6 times 45,000, that is 270,000. O get natin yung difference, 266,400 minus 270,000. O negative 3,600. Kasi 266 maliit ito, no? Versus yung mas malaki, we have 3,600. So ano po ito? Mas maliit, no? Kaya siya naka-negative 3,600. Ang actual natin ay 266,400. Mas maliit yan kapag ginamit natin yung standard price mo na $6. So for us, it is favorable. Mas maliit yung actual, mas favorable. May Tagalog ba na favorable? Mas pabor ito sa atin, ano? Okay? Ang tawag natin dito ay material purchase variance. Gawin ko na lang itong MPV. Okay. Now, baka tanungin ninyo ako, ano? Pag naglagay tayo dito for the material quantity variance or yung MQV, lagay natin dito yung standard price ay 6. Ano yung standard quantity? Yung standard quantity natin is para makabuo ka ng 525 units, kada unit kailangan mo ng 80 pounds, di ba? Kasi eto yon, di ba? 80 pounds. So, ang ating standard quantity dyan ay 42,000. Pag kinumpute po natin ito, stay put muna kayo ha. Kukumputing ko lang. Maya-maya meron akong ipapaliwanag. Pag ito ginamit ninyo, magkakamali tayo. Because, etong, hindi po sila comparative. Because hindi naman po ito yung placed in production. Ito po yung units purchased. No, therefore, hindi po natin ito i-compare ng ganyan. Sir, anong ibig mo sabihin? Please take note, meron tayo ditong direct materials used. Now, when we are computing for the material quantity variance, yung direct material used yung gamitin natin at yun yung i-compare natin sa standard. Okay, therefore, 6 pa rin yung ating standard price. Pero yung actual quantity natin, gamitin natin itong 43,020. Because yan po yung actual, no? Actual quantity used in the process. Yung po yung actual na production natin. Hindi po yung buong 45,000. Hindi po siya magiging comparative kung 45,000 yung i-compare mo dito sa 42,000. Kasi in fact, ito lang naman yung ginamit natin. So ito yung mas akma na gamitin natin for comparison. So pag kinumpute natin ito, $6 per pound times 43,020, we will get 258,120. At ibaba ko lang ito, no? Ito na lang, kopyahin ko. Yung 252,000. Ano tong 252,000? That is your standard price. Hindi yan selling price na SP, ha? That is standard price. Times standard quantity. Sir, saan nga galing itong 42,000? Ang actual na output natin is 525 units. Sa kada isang unit, kinakailangan natin ng 80 pounds. So, 525 times 80 pounds, that is 42,000. That is the standard quantity natin. Multiply natin sa standard price. That is your 252,000. Okay, tignan niyo na lang po itong formula. P4 times Q4, which is etong product po nitong dalawa. Kunin na natin yung difference, okay? 258,120 minus 252,000, positive 6,120. Ang ginagamit natin palagi is yung nasa kaliwa, yun muna, minus yung nasa kanan. Dito, ang nasa kaliwa natin, itong 258,120, compare natin sa 252, mas malaki. Okay? Unfavorable po ito. Lagyan natin dito ng tag U. 6,120 unfavorable, and this is your material quantity variance. Okay? Anong gusto nating iparating dito? Huwag natin ito gagamitin kasi masyadong malaki. Imagine kung ito yung ginamit ninyo. Ang unfavorable na variance natin ay 18,000 when in fact it should only be 6,120. Okay? So, yan po for the material variances. Now, let's talk about labor variance. Siyempre, dalawa din po yan. No? Dito, yun nga lang, hindi po siya labor price variance. It's more of the labor rate variance. Kasi we are talking of the rates dito, no? Magkano yung per hour. And instead na labor quantity variance, we are talking about the labor efficiency variance. How efficient are we in utilizing the standard hours? Pero retain po natin ito, no, na AP, AQ, SP, AQ, SP, SQ. But here for labor, we are talking of the actual hours or the rates. And yung quantity, we are talking of the usage. Okay? Sorry, ito hindi po actual hours, no? Yung rate per hour. At saka ito naman is gaano katagal. Ano yung usage natin? Okay? O dito, hanapin po natin, no, yung mga relevant information. Yung total labor cost daw natin, ito, no, is 24,955. So given na yung total. 24,955, which is good for 1,550 hours, which is ito yung ating actual, no? Actual AQ, actual quantity, but this is actual hours. Ilagay lang nga natin dito siya, yung 1,550. Okay? Now, ano yung magiging comparison natin? Ano yung standard price natin? Ang sinasabi kasi dito, no? Direct labor natin is 3 hours times 16 hour. $16 per hour. So 48,000. Ang gagamitin ba natin ay itong 48 or yung itong 16? If we will analyze it carefully, and please be careful because you might get confused. Sabi dito, no, 1,550. Ito yung actual na na-consume natin. So, ito na yung actual hours. Therefore, gamitan po natin nitong $16. Nasusundan? Okay? So, that will be your standard rate. Etong 16. Kasi we are talking not about the unit of product, but the number of hours. Pag 48 ang ginamit natin, masyadong lulobo ito, no? Because we are talking here, yung 48 is per product. Ito, per hours yung pinag-uusapan natin. Therefore, 16 tayo. Yun yung ating standard rate. Okay? Multiplied by the actual quantity or the actual hours used, ito ang ating makukuha. 24,800. And let us compare 24,955 minus 24,800. Ano yan? That will be unfavorable. Mas malaki yung nasa kaliwa natin, which is etong amount na ito, no? Versus yung nasa kanan. This is unfavorable variance. Ang tawag natin dyan ay labor rate variance or yung LRV. Can you follow? Okay? So please be guided accordingly. Now, plot naman natin dito sa right side yung ating standard cost. 16 yung ating hours. Kasi dito, di ba, given 16. Anong nasa standard quantity natin? Ang sinasabi dyan, di ba? Sa isang unit of product, 3 oras yung kinakailangan natin i-consume. So, lagay natin dito 3 hours. Times. Ilan yung actual output? Okay? Ang actual output ko ay 525. Okay? So, 525 times yung standard natin na hours. Dapat that will be 1,575 hours. That is your standard hours. Yung makukonsume natin when you are producing 525 units. Okay? Therefore, gamitin natin ulit yung same process. $16 times 1,575, no? 25,200 yan. Kunin natin yung difference. Okay? 24,800 minus 25,200. Ano ang nakuha natin? We will get Ayan. 400. At naka-negative yan, ibig sabihin, favorable. Nakuha po. At etong negative 400 or yung 400 na favorable variance, ang tawag natin dyan ay labor efficiency variance. So mas naging efficient tayo. Ang standard cost natin is 25,200 pero yung na-consume lang natin, okay, or yung mix, yung combination, yung product ng standard rate versus yung actual consumption, no? Actual hours is 24,800. So favorable ito. Okay, so that is our labor variance. I hope nakakasunod po kayo at malinaw po ito. O now, dako naman po tayo dito sa variable overhead at saka sa fixed overhead variances. Dito muna tayo sa variable overhead. Makikita po ninyo sa ating variable overhead incurred, given na po yung amount, no, that is 43,750. Okay? O 43,750 for 800 hours of machine time. So 800. Okay? Ilagay ko nga dito, no, 800 of machine time. Now, lagay ko dito. Dito na lang, 800 kasi mas relevant to dito. Etong 800, eto na nga ba yung ating actual quantity? Okay? And yun nga ba yung magiging basis natin when we are computing for our budget cost? Eto kasing nasa gitna, this is more of the budget, no? Eto kasi yung ating pinaka-standard. Now, paano ito gagawin? 800 machine hours, okay, for the actual production ng 525 units. Pero, paano ba ito? At eto nga ba yon? Okay, 800 machine hours. Ano yung ating standard price? Yung ating standard price or yung ating standard rate for the variable ay eto, no? $50 per hour. Okay? $50 per hour. Okay? Kaya pero dito per unit kasi 1.5 machine time 'yan, no? Times $50 per hour. Eh ito yung ating 800 na machine time. Magkano? 50 daw. Okay? Multiply nga natin ito. 50 times 800, that is 40,000. That is our budget na variable overhead. Kung 800 yung ating machine time, applying the 50 pesos per hour, no? Okay? That will be 40,000. Okay? O, tama ba? Yan ba talaga yon? O, we will see. O, please take note ha. 800 hours of machine time. Baka mamaya, ma-confuse kasi kayo. And eto, careful kayo kasi malamang sa malamang dito kayo malilito at magkakamali. We are talking of the machine time dito. Hindi na natin ito kailangang i-multiply ng 1.5. Baka kasi 800 times 1.5. Baka ang tinutukoy ninyo, etong 800 hours ay etong per hour mismo. Eh, eto na po yung mismong total. No? For 525 units, 800 hours na po yan lahat. Hindi po natin yan i-multiply by 1.5. Kung sakaling akala ninyo, yun yung gagawin. Okay? So, eto na po siya. Ang pag kinuha natin yung difference, that is 3,750 unfavorable. Ang tawag po natin dyan is the variable overhead spending variance. We are talking of dollar value nga lang ito. Pero yung spending variance versus the actual at saka yung budget mo. Now, tignan po natin ito. 50. Okay? $50 yung ating standard na rate. Okay? In producing 525 units, eto, 525 units ang pinag-uusapan. Sa kada isang unit, ilan yung kailangan mo? 1.5 hours. Ito yung imumultiply natin ng 1.5. Okay? Ito, fix na ito na 800. No? Pero dito, because 525 units ang na-produce natin for the month, multiply natin ng 1.5 kasi yun yung variable overhead. O di 50 times 787.50. O yan, no? Ang kinalabasan. 39,375, yan yung ating standard cost. At pag kinumpare po natin yan O, 40,000 minus 39,375. Ano to? Favorable, unfavorable? The answer is, that is unfavorable kasi positive. Mas malaki yung nasa kaliwa at ang tinutukoy ko na kaliwa ay yung nandito, no? Paggagawa natin ito ng computation. So this will serve as your guide. Ito yung nasa kaliwa, ito yung nasa kanan, compare natin kung nalilito kayo sa favorable, unfavorable. Kung mas malaki yung nasa kaliwa compared sa nasa kanan, unfavorable yan. Pag naging negative ito, favorable po ito. Ano ang tawag natin dito? Variable overhead. This is also your efficiency variance. How efficient are we in utilizing our overhead component? Now, yung variable overhead. Okay? Last item. By the way, if you have questions or clarification, you may comment down below para ma-assist ko kayo dito. Dito na tayo sa last item. Fixed overhead. Hindi to factory, no? Factory overhead, yung F, no? Fixed po ito. So, given na naman dito, no? 22,800. So, plot po natin dito, 22,800 for the same 800 machine time. Now, eto, please take note. At ano yung iti-take note natin? Tama ba ito na 800? Ito ba yung ilalagay ko? Or are we using a different item here or different scenario? Okay, plot mo muna yung 800 dyan. Pero caution, ingat po tayo, careful. Ingat po tayo, careful. Why? Tignan po ninyo, pagdating sa fixed overhead, no? Ang predetermined daw kasi natin ay 6,000 units. Okay? Sa isang taon. At sa isang taon, okay, ilang buwan? 12 months, di ba? So, anong gagawin ko dito? Anong gagawin natin dito? So, 6,000. Tignan nga natin. 6,000. Divided by 12. 500. 500. Anong gagamitin natin? Itong 500 versus 800. Sige. Later. Let's see. Pero ano ba itong SP? Or yung ating rate na gagamitin? Ano ang rate natin dito? 30. Okay? 30. Sige ha. Paano ito gagawin natin? Meron tayong, basahin natin ha. Fixed overhead, 1.5 hours of machine time. Okay? Times 30 per hour. Lagay natin dito 30. Tignan natin ha. 30. Pag ito yung ginamit ko, $30 times 800, magkano yan? 24. Yan ba yun? Okay? Ito naman, ano ito? 6,000 yung practical capacity natin, no? 6,000 units per year. And production is assumed to occur evenly throughout the years. That is why meron tayo ditong 6,000 divided by 12, meron tayong 500. So, 500, ano itong 500? 500 units. Ang 500 units ko, ilan machine time yan? 1.5 daw. Therefore, etong 500, multiply natin ng 1.5, that is 750. Pag ito yung ginamit natin, 30 times 750, ang kakalabasan dyan ay 22,500. Now, the question is, alin dito ang gagamitin ko? Base ba sa 800 or base dito sa 750? But let me tell you that what we should be selecting here is this amount. Okay? Lipat ko ito, akyat ko, tanggalin ko to, no? Ito po dapat ang ginagamit natin dito. Yung 750, hindi po yung 800. Yung 800, gagamitin natin yan dito sa standard. Okay? Later on, kukumputin natin siya. Or yun nga ba talaga? Okay? Sandali. Mamaya na. Dito muna tayo. Now, plus, ito po yung gagamitin natin. But the question is, why? Now, if you know the answer, you may comment down below. If you do not know the answer, you may ask me. But let me leave that as a thought to ponder, a question for you to ponder and research, no? Seek, study kung sakaling nalilito ka. Because here, when we are using, no, when we are computing for the fixed overhead variance, etong budget natin dito, we are considering our practical capacity. 6,000 units, no? This is our budget kasi. 6,000 units ang mapoproduce mo sa isang taon dahil 12 buwan sa isang taon, di 500 ang units of production natin, no, for the month. Evenly. It will be assumed to occur evenly. Oh, that is why, pero 750 kasi 1.5 machine time. So we are using this one. Okay? So 750 times 30, which is our standard rate. Okay, kunin natin yung difference. 22,800 minus 22,000, tawag nito, 22,500, meron po tayong 300. At dahil positive yan, that is unfavorable variance. Ano ang tawag natin dito? This is what you call fixed overhead spending variance pa din. Parehas lamang po ni variable overhead. Okay? So I hope malinaw po ito. No? Now, fixed overhead spending variance. Pagdating dito class, okay, ano ang gagawin po natin? Alam natin na this will be 30. Yan po yung ating rate. Pero 525 units tayo, di ba? Times, eto, ang standard na quantity or standard ano natin dito na consumption or usage natin or volume is hindi po natin gagamitin yung 800 kagaya ng nandirito, no? This is the actual class. Okay? Hindi po natin yan definitely gagamitin. Baka akala ninyo dahil nilagay ko yun dito kanina, yun yung gagamitin. Okay? Kung napansin niyo sir, parang mali ka, or very good. Okay? Kaya ko nga tinanggal siya kanina, no? Pang ano lang, pang consider, no? Kung sakaling tumatakbo ang isip ninyo at may mga questions kayo doon, kung nilagay ko siya agad, bakit doon niyo yun nilagay, sir? But here, ang gagamitin natin is based on the 525 actual output multiplied by the 1.5, no? Okay, the same what we did dito sa variable overhead. So 525 times 1.5 because that is also your standard. For every unit, no, we will need 1.5 for the fixed overhead. O therefore, kumputa natin ito, magkano ang makukuha natin? That is 23,625. And we will get the difference between the two amounts. That is negative 1,125. And that is favorable. Ang tawag natin dito ay fixed overhead. Ito yung tinatawag natin na volume variance. Okay? So, yan po ano. Pag pinag-uusapan natin yung total, what is the material variance? Okay? E di ipag-add mo to. Negative 3,600 plus 6,120. Dahil mas malaki yung unfavorable. O, yung total nun, negative 36 plus 6,120. O, that is your material variance. O, yung favorable or unfavorable, tignan na lang ninyo kung positive or negative. O, dito naman sa labor variance, 155. O, dahil negative ito, minus 400. Whatever is the amount, yan po yung labor variance. Sa variable overhead, 3,750 plus 625. Unfavorable, the unfavorable yan. Dito naman sa fixed overhead, 300 plus minus 1,125. O dahil mas malaki yung negative. So that will be a favorable fixed overhead variance. Okay, so ganun siya, no? I hope nasundan po ninyo ito at kung sakali man nalilito kayo, paki-check. And you may compare it, no, sa libro. Doon sa PDF copy. Kung sakali man na you may want to check that out, available naman po actually yung solution nito. Gusto ko lang itong ipaliwanag, gawan ito ng video lecture para merong nagkikwento. Kung sakaling nalilito kayo doon sa nakasulat. And this is the venue for the explanation portion. Okay? So I hope malinaw po ito, nasundan po ninyo. But again, if you have questions, please let me know. Okay, so maraming salamat. Hanggang dito muna itong aking video lecture for this demonstration problem ng mga different types of variances. I will see you soon sa iba pang mga video lectures. Thank you and bye-bye.